Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Stephanie Taylor on Tuesday, March 24th. Thank you for joining me. I apologize for being a few minutes late with this today. I'm here to talk with you about the latest developments with COVID-19. I won't go into the country-by-country statistics because if you are like most people, you're probably fairly glued to the news. But the overall trends, I can tell you. The bad news is that there is continued sustained transmission across all 6 continents. At this point in time, approximately 20% of the global population is on lockdown of some severity or another. The good news is that China has lifted its travel ban around Wuhan. There's remains of restrictions within Wuhan. Those are anticipated to be released next week. So I find this encouraging in that at least where this started, we are now seeing reason for optimism. Another question that was submitted yesterday by several people actually is how our immune system responds to infection and whether or not we will have sustained immunological protection. A group in Australia reported in Nature Medicine a few days ago that they have clarified the steps that our immune system takes in responding to the infection. And there are a couple of encouraging points that they've discovered. One, our immune system responds in a very similar way to that of an infection with influenza. The severity is greater with COVID-19, but the immunological cells that are engaged to fight the infection are similar as influenza. So this is encouraging for several reasons. One, it means that we have better strategies for treatment coming down in development. Two, when a vaccine is established, hopefully it will have similar protection as influenza vaccinations. Thirdly, we now know that people are protected after they contract an infection and recover from it. They do carry immunological protection from their own body. We weren't clear about this up until several weeks ago. Now, if this virus mutates again in several years, that protection will not carry over. But at least for this strain of the coronavirus for COVID-19, if you get infected, subsequent to recovery, you do carry your own protection. While we wait for the medical profession to develop greater, more effective treatments and a vaccine, while we try to contain transmission of this virus, don't forget there are steps you can take. We're not just helpless and needing to be waiting passively. For one thing, follow the advice of the CDC. Practice good hand hygiene, stay 6 to 10 feet away from. If somebody is clearly sick, stay as far away from them as you can. And clearly get enough rest, eat well. And as I've said in previous videos, this is a biological phenomenon. The coronavirus is a biological problem, and one of the most rapid and effective strategies will be dealing with it through biological mechanisms. And what that means in terms of the immediate solutions is we need to bring into our built environment, into our homes, offices, every place we're spending time. We do that by properly humidifying the air. The desired window of relative humidity is 40 to 60%. Just watch my previous videos and you'll understand how important this is. But indoor humidification to that mid-range zone benefits us clearly in 3 ways. One, it decreases the number of infectious viral particles in the air. 2, the actual infectivity of those particles is reduced when the indoor air hydration is in that mid-range zone. And thirdly, we now know that our immune system is more effective, it's optimized when we're inhaling air that is in that 40 to 60% relative humidity range. Our respiratory mucus traps particles more effectively. The cilia, hairs, are able to wash the particles away from our lungs, and the actual cellular immunity in our lungs and in our airways is optimized. So we can clear the virus, inactivate infectious particles. If there is tissue damage, we repair it more quickly. All in all, a very good outcome for our respiratory immunity. So stay calm, stay rested, maintain optimism, and humidify your indoor environment. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.